Okay, all right. Okay. All right. Welcome back to another episode of That Motor Show, ladies and gentlemen. So on today's episode, we are doing something a little bit different again, and with another familiar car to the channel. This is obviously my slow banana, the BA Xr6 Turbo Ute. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out on the channel, but watch this video first. And if you haven't yet, press that like button, press the subscribe button. And yeah, so what are we doing to this car? So this is going to be a DIY budget build car. DIY budget show car build car. And pretty much we got the Grail Racing Performance Pulse Expo coming up on the 9th of March. It's only about 3 weeks away from this point. So as you can see, we have lots to do. We got new wheels and new panels, there's actually even a new color. But what we're going to do is I'll put the camera into a bit more of a POV style, and yeah, I'll show you guys around, show you what's wrong with the car, because as it stands, it's not really much of a show car. It's more of just a beater sort of Falcon. And yeah, in like 3 weeks time, we're going to try and turn it around. I got a pretty good idea with how I want the car to look. So yeah, we'll get into it. And we'll see what we got, see what we have to work with, and see how much sort of trouble I've caused myself. So let's do it. So I hope that we've all been well anyways. Like, I know that the channel's been a little bit more quiet, but there's a bit of stuff going on behind the scenes. I have been doing a few interviews here and there. I've got a real cool one. I don't know if it's going to come out before this video or after this video, but I've been doing some cool stuff. But yeah, let's have a look around. I'll flip the camera here. So the Falcon, I've kind of just lined the parts up along the vehicle here, but let's look at some of the bad points, right? Let's just get right into it. One of the worst things about this car is the fact that the clear coat is peeling here. Disregard this. But yeah, the hard lid is, the clear coat's peeling off. So we do have to get all that clear coat off. Bit of paint damage here and there. This was one of my dodgy repair jobs a few years ago. Pretty much this was completely pushed in, so I ended up getting some cheap nasty bog and tried to fix it in I think about half an hour. And yeah, then the fuel flap, if anyone's seen this car, every photo of this car, this fuel flap's open. We do have to fix that. The roof unfortunately does have a little bit of minor hail damage. This one nasty hailstorm, it just got peppered. It's not too bad, and to be honest, I looked at paint, PP PDR, paintless dent removal, and I don't know, for the time frame that we have, I cannot justify spending that sort of money to get it fixed. Don't have me on this, but we may end up bogging it, putting a little bit of bog on it, a bit of body filler, just to try and even out some of the bumps, but we will find out very soon. Now, if we come to the front of the vehicle, the bonnet, it's pretty faded. The bit of the tree saps sort of stained the bonnet. I know, with a bit of polish we can fix that. But something the camera may not pick up is that this bonnet is also heavily dented from the hail damage that it did receive a few years ago. I just couldn't justify getting the bonnet PDR'd either, just because I know how cheap these bonnets are from aftermarket distributors, that it just wasn't worth my time fixing this one. So I've sort of left it and I've been driving around with it. Another issue that we do face is that the car does have an ant colony inside of it. So it needs a deep clean, needs a real deep clean. But yeah, apart from that, this guard here's got a big dent in it. The rear brakes were shot from the last outing again. After this video, make sure to check out the last time I took this to the racetrack. But yeah, it's apart from that, like it's just in a bit of a used condition. It's 20 years old this year. It's only got 128,000 kilometers on it, but we're in Queensland. It is so hot, like you can see the sweat dripping off me. It's kind of gross, but it's there. I can't hide it. So what are we doing? What is the plan? What do I have in store? Well, as you can see here, this is from Panel House in Slacks Creek. Behind this box is a brand new aftermarket humped bonnet. Yes, that is correct. As I said, it's just a lot easier to just buy a new bonnet. So I've got the new bonnet. This the under front bumper splash guard. This car's never had one, and I thought for this expo, I really want one, as this part also helps with getting the lines right with the bumper. This one's not too bad. It's sort of a bit gappy there. I did also have a plan to spend a bit of cash on the performance side of things as well, as this is a slow banana. But I don't know, finances just didn't happen. I tried to get some channel sponsors, but I just couldn't make it happen. But that's another story for another day. This is Benji. Benji is my cat. He's a little ginger kitty. Hello, Benji, say hello. So the wheels on it. All right, let's have a look around. Let's go. Look at me be cameraman and narrator at the same time. These are the wheels that are on it. The BF Mark 2.5 Aggressor wheels. Some people call them the Rip Curl, some people call them Aggressor. Rebels maybe even, but I like them, right? I like these wheels. I wouldn't have put them on the car if I didn't like them, but I just needed something that just looked a little bit more pop, you know what I mean? Like once you guys see the color, so we're gonna be wrapping this, right? We are doing a vinyl wrap on this car. I'm gonna do it. I have wrapped one car before, but it was only the roof panel, the bonnet, and the boot. Not a complete car, and not a utility either. So it's going to be a learning experience for all of us, right? And that's what I want this budget build to be all about, is you can DIY this stuff yourself. You don't need to go spend all the money at these shops. Look how much I'm sweating. This is disgusting, but it's so hot. But yeah, so anyway, the wheels, right? These are D-Speeds. Yes, that is right. I've put some D-Speeds in my Falcon. Well, I'm gonna try to. The whole conversation about rep wheels, genuine JDM wheels, doesn't comply with me. It doesn't bother me. This, as I said, this car's just gonna be sitting at a stand. Will I use these wheels in performance applications? Yeah, I will. Let's put them to the test. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when you put Chinese wheels to the test, right? And in my opinion, I think these rims actually look pretty cool. They are an 18-inch by 10-inch. So 10-inch being the width of the rim. And I believe it's got a positive 225 or 28, even B32. I didn't really read the description too well. But I bought these secondhand on Marketplace. And pretty much what I'm gonna do is once this bonnet's off, we're gonna use it as sort of like a cost board, and I'll write down the cost of everything I've done to this car just to see sort of how budget friendly it is to do what we're gonna do. And yeah, I found these relatively cheap on Marketplace, brand new rims. The guy just sat it on his car. They were on a BA, so I did see them fitting on the car. You did have to run a fair bit of negative camber on the front, and 5mm spacers, but we'll see. They are wrapped with a 275 wide Windrun tire with 275 40 R18s, right? On the side, I don't know. The side profile sort of looks a bit thick, but I think it should look pretty sweet under the car, right? The last thing, once the wheels are on, this is on, we're gonna wrap it. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it. And the color, I will reveal that once we get to it, right? I don't know if this is gonna be a 1-part, 2-part series sort of video, but the wrap, the color looks insane. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it in my stories. If you haven't yet followed me on Instagram, get to it. I think actually the first thing that we should do is try and put the front wheels on, because I don't know if they're actually gonna fit. So I think the first thing we'll do is put the front wheels on and work out what we're gonna do with the suspension, whether we lower it a little bit more. Do I need longer rack ends? Do I need more camber? Like, I think, yeah, we're gonna need more camber, and yeah, we'll find out. I reckon we'll put the front wheels on first and see what we're working with fitment. So we're gonna compare the wheels here. I'm just holding this one up so it doesn't fall. This is a 275. This is a 235. Both 18s, but yeah, obviously just one's a lot wider than the other. All right, let's do it. Okay. Well, we pushed out the center cap. Now, does it rub? That is obviously the question at hand here. Let's just hop up out of the, look at that. I don't know if we can see this too well, but it actually clears the upright, not by much. So I think definitely the 5mm spacer will be necessary. But all in all, That looks pretty tough, man. Oh, that tripod gets in the way, but that looks cool. I like that. I do. In the comments, let me know what you think. Does that look good or does it not look good? I think I like it. When you see the color that we're going with this car, you'll see what I mean. So it does actually require a 5mm spacer, I think. It was just rubbing on the back of the strut tower, and it's a little close for comfort to the top. So with this, I got these Xr6 slip-on spacers just like that. And then this wheel is meant to have a hub-centric plastic go on it, like so. All right, let's try it again and we'll see. This time I'm gonna bolt it up. So they've just been a little tricky to get on, but all in all, this isn't too bad. Over the top and screw this on with a ratchet. This is extra long, but we like it extra long. Oh, let's not scratch the new wheels, hey? Let's sit under it. This is the first ever car that I've purchased a new set of wheels for. Now they were second hand, but the guy had only fit them up to his car, but had never actually used them. 12 by 1.25, he gave me the wrong size wheel nuts. Sick. Yo, paid $100 for the wrong size fucking wheel nuts, cool. I've put the 5mm spacer on it. It clears the top, touches the stub axle. Anyway, so the wheels are on. The wheel is on. This is our test one. Look, it does sit out of the guard a little bit. So, what can we do? What can we do? Because I've already spent a bit of money on this. Let's try and zoom in here. It clears the top right. Clears the upright on the ball joint with a 5mm spacer. But the back is rubbing on the inside of the rim. So what I'm going to try and do is put another 5mm on top. That gives me a total of 10mm extra back space, pushing positively. And then I can see if it clears on the back, good, we're clear. The wheel will turn without being caught up on anything. But then we got to deal with this problem, right? The fact that it sits out. It's actually got a fair bit of poke. How do we fix that? Well, at the moment we are adding space, so we're pushing it out even more. How do we fix that? Well, we're gonna have to give it some camber. So there we have it. I got the D speeds to fit on. I did have to add 10mm worth of slip-on spacer. I'm thinking that these things are like probably positive 20 offset, and yeah, you can see the spacers there. It focused on my finger, but you can see them. Let's see if we can zoom in. There they are, the shiny things. So yeah, the wheels do fit, and you know, I do like the look of them. Maybe a smaller profile would have been okay, but I think we're going to drop the car probably an inch, maybe an inch and a half, and then yeah, I got to make adjustments with the control arm to try and get. We'll probably honestly need like 7 degrees of negative camber. I know that like AU House do lock kits and more negative camber sort of things, but yeah. There's only one way to find out, eh? This is what happens when you buy something off Marketplace without much information. You see it, it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. Then you put it on and it's like, oh, but it's all right, we'll make it work. Alrighty, so I've been playing around with it a little bit more, trying to work out what the game plan is here. I've put the rear wheel on now, it's only just sitting there, and it is on the jack. Because when you lower it down, high is sitting on the guard. So I'm gonna have to get that guard rolled and potentially pumped out a little bit to be able to fit this tire. But apart from that, like on the back, like that looks pretty cool. I like that. Those rims look so nice. It's just, yeah, unfortunately, the fitment side of things is, it's not a job I had planned for the next 3 weeks, but it's all right, because yeah, obviously the body work is very important. And yeah. So anyway, we'll just make this a short video. We'll make it into like a little series building up to the Grail Racing Performance Pulse Expo. If you haven't yet, make sure you go onto their website and grab some tickets. And until next time, Aldo That Motor Show, signing out.